Good evening. We'll call this meeting to order. If you would join us for the flag salute, please. All right, let the record show that all board members are present except for Dr. McNeil. Next, the adoption of the agenda.
Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdam?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well. All right, next is consent agenda. All of the following items, those items of a routine nature normally approved at board meetings, will be approved by one vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and action on the following items, A through E. Please note that the consent items N and P will be a separate vote.
Move for approval. Second.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Consent agenda item N, student transportation contract with Tulsa Technology Center as outlined in attachment N, and authorize the board president, superintendent, or designee to execute the agreement.
Move for approval. Second.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Abstain.
And chair votes yes as well. Consent agenda item P, facility use and license agreements with Rogers State University, First Step Male Diversion Program, Northeast Technology Center, Residence Center for Women, and Tulsa Technology Center, Peoria campus to provide GED, HiSET, and IELCE classes for 2025 to 2026 school year as outlined in attachments P1 through P5, and authorize the board president, superintendent, or designee to execute the agreements.
Move for approval. Second.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Abstain.
And chair votes yes as well. All right, information reports, USPA, UCTA. Okay, thank you. Hearings and correspondence. All right, business agenda. Consider and take action on a 2-year renewal of the Imagine Learning software subscriptions for EL students at all elementary sites, 6th and 7th grade, freshman academy, and high school in the amount of $404,850 from bond funds. Mrs. Smith.
Good evening, President Reyes, Dr. Federline, members of the board. This evening, I'd like to recommend the Board of Education approve the 2-year renewal of the Imagine Learning software subscription for all elementary sites. For some students at Union 6th, 7th grade center, the high school freshman academy, and the high school at the total of $404,850. We have used this software product since 2012 for our English learners to help as a supplement. And at the high school, freshman academy, and 6th and 7th grade center, we are using it for some of our dual identified students in the ER2 program as well.
Move for approval. Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Consider and take action on the expenditure of up to $274,948.41 from general funds to purchase textbooks and software for the 2025 to 2026 school year. Dr. Nelson.
Yes, President Reyes, Dr. Federline, and the board. This is basically the rolling over of the state textbook funds. We'll get another allocation usually later this summer, and this would be so that we can continue to use those funds under the guidelines and rules of the state to purchase textbooks moving forward.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman? Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well. Thank you. Consider and take action on the expenditure of up to $900,000 from bond funds to purchase textbooks and software for the 2025-2026 school year. Dr. Nelson.
Yes, and this is similarly the bond funds that have been designated for textbook purchase, and this is your authorization that we can make textbook purchases from these funds without having to bring them back to the board. Usually those purchases, they're governed by our textbook committee and teacher participation, and then we'll make those purchases from these funds. This coming year, it is social studies, the adoption for 25-26. Recommend you approve that.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Consider and take action on the purchase of professional learning and coaching management software from KickUp in the amount of $118,644 from bond funds and authorize the Executive Director of Instructional Technology to execute the agreement. Mr. Morris.
Yes, President Reyes, Dr. Federline, members of the board. This is our professional learning management software. So we schedule our professional learning sessions. We take attendance through this electronically. We also manage our instructional coaching, so we can track hours and look at who's doing what with instructional coaching as well. We've been using this for the past, I think we're going on year 3 now, and it's been a very effective software, has really streamlined a lot of things we do.
Questions, comments?
Second.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Consider and take action to approve the capacity levels and the calculated open transfer capacity amounts as recommended. Dr. Nelson.
Thank you, President Reyes, Dr. Federline, the board. This is our quarterly approval of capacity levels for our classes. Now, in the summer, we take a little bit of different approach. We have been receiving transfer requests through the spring for next year, and we will accommodate those according to the capacity levels we've had, and even anticipating some potential room. We'll take more in. What we really like to do for the summer now, because it's very unpredictable, what will happen for the fall is to close down capacity except for 20 spaces at the freshman academy and then for each grade level at the high school, to leave some room for some summer movement that we believe we can accommodate. And then in the fall, shortly after school starts, we'll examine class sizes and capacity levels, and then we'll come back to you and open up some capacity in the fall. We usually don't have a lot of transfer through the school year, but we do open that up and we do get some. But most of our transfers occur with employees and then in the spring where the applications have occurred, and we've taken those in and have been vetting those transfers up till now. So I recommend you approve these capacity levels for our summer months posting for the July 1st posting.
Have we had a lot of transfers in?
We've had some, but it's kind of diminished now. It was really big for a while, but we have about 900 students that are attending Union on a transfer.
Okay, thank you. Move for approval.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Consider and take action on the memorandum of understanding for Union Public Schools Head Start program with Community Action Project of Tulsa County, CAPTC, for the Rosa Parks Early Childhood Education Program. Ms. Pennington.
Good evening, President Reyes and Dr. Federline and members of the board. We are asking again that you approve the Head Start contract with CAP and Union. We are going to be adding 50 more slots, Head Start slots next year, which will give us a total of 152 Head Start slots. 16 of those will be 2-year-old rooms, 2-year-old slots, and then the other, I had it in my head, 134, I believe, will be 3-year-old rooms. So we have been given those slots and given the building all of the rooms back. So we're adding those rooms.
Questions, comments?
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
And chair votes yes as well. Thank you. Consider and take action on the Oklahoma Early Childhood Program, OECP, provider agreement with Community Action Project of Tulsa, CAP Tulsa, for the Rosa Parks Early Childhood Education Program, and authorize the board president, superintendent, or designee to execute the agreement. Ms. Pennington.
Yes, and we were asking that you approve these 4 classrooms that are OECP slots. It's 88 students. It's the same number that we've had before. They're just funded through a different source, and those are all 3-year-old rooms as well. This is the way that we're able to do the employee lottery, because through these slots, we're able to have 10% be over income in those rooms. So,
Move for approval.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Your chair votes yes as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Consider and take action on the proposed rate increase for the extended day program for the 2025 to 2026 school year. Ms. Kiger.
Hi. Good evening, President Reyes, Dr. Federline, members of the board. We are requesting our EDP rates increase by $50 a month. We have not had a rate increase since 2017, and due to employee cost, food cost, we've had a significant increase in those, and so we need to raise our rates.
Questions, comments? Move for approval. Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Consider and take action on the proposed rate increase for the Nest Employee Childcare for the 2025 to 2026 school year. Ms. Kiger.
Yes, we are requesting an increase. As we continue the operational cost of the Nest, we want to ensure that our program stays in a positive light, and that we're continuing to have enough money to cover our cost. And so in looking at surrounding school districts as well as other districts across the state, and looking at childcare that is within our zip code, what we are finding is that our Nest daycare for our employees is still very comparable, and in some instances much lower if they had gone to other places within the Tulsa area. So I am requesting a rate increase for our Nest.
Remind me how many students we have involved there?
We currently have 47.
Can you talk us through the thought of breaking it into a 10-month school year payment or the 2-month summer?
Sure. So what had happened is when we ask families if they're going to be here for the summer, what we found out is that some of our employees decide to remove their children for the summer because their plans have changed and they do not need childcare. Well, on a 12-month contract, we have employees then that we don't necessarily need based upon the ratio. So it's costing us more money. And so what we would like to do is to have 2 calendars, a school year calendar so that our employees can make that choice and not worry about having a spot for the fall. Because right now, if you're in 12 months, you're having to stay for the summer so that you still have your place for the fall. So there's a couple of wins here. Number 1, it'll help us with our employee cost. Number 2, it will help our employees not to have to pay for extra months they may not need. So they can choose the school year calendar, and they can choose the summer calendar if they choose to work during the summer or want childcare for the summer. So that's how come we broke that down into 2.
Okay. Is it an option to only do the summer?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Mostly just curious.
Yeah, those are good questions.
All right. Second?
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
And chair votes yes as well. Thank you. All right, personnel. Consider and take action on the addendum to extend agreement to the substitute staff placement agreement originally approved at May 9th, 2022 board meeting with ESS South Central LLC in the amount of $1,500,000 from general funds, and authorize the executive director of human resources to execute the agreement and authorize payments pursuant to the agreement. Mr. Logan.
President Reyes, Dr. Federline, members of the board. ESS has been our substitute service group. They provide the substitutes for our employees. This past year, they had over a 92% coverage rate, which is amazing. I know it's helped in the school sites, not worrying when somebody's gone that they will be able to get a sub nearly all the time. We do think it's caused a little other issue that teachers feel comfortable taking off because they know there's a sub, they don't feel as guilty, but that's a whole different issue. But we would like to continue their service for us. They have not changed their rates for us in providing this service to the district.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Thank you. Consider and take action to name the Associate Director of Sports Medicine and Performance. Mr. Logan.
Thank you. It is my honor to make the recommendation for Mr. Dan Newman. Please rise. Mr. Newman has a bachelor's degree in athletic training from the University of Tulsa and his master's in kinesiology from the University of Nevada, and has been with the district for a long time. You always see him on the sidelines or on the sides of the courts at many other union events. And it's my honor to recommend him as the Associate Director of Sports Medicine and Performance.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well. Congratulations. Consider and take action to name assistant principals for the 2025 to 2026 school year. Mr. Logan.
Thank you. Once again, it is my honor to recommend these three candidates to become assistant principals. Mr. Michael Harmon. Michael, if you'd stand up. He received his bachelor's degree from Oklahoma State University and his master's in special education from Southeastern Oklahoma University, and did start out with Union as a special education teacher. Mr. Foster, if you'd stand. Mr. Anthony Foster got his bachelor's degree from Southeastern Oklahoma State University, as well as his master's in special education from Southeastern Oklahoma State University. And he also has worked for us in special education, a number of other areas as well. And then Mr. Brad Sides, hiding behind the pole there. Mr. Sides has his bachelor's degree from Oklahoma State University and his master's from Southeastern Oklahoma State University. He's worked for us as an aide, a tech, master teacher, been many things here along the district, and we're honored to recommend these three gentlemen to become our new assistant principals.
Second.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Congratulations. Consider and take action to appoint Charles Justice as a certified adjunct teacher for a section of world history for the 2025 to 2026 school year. Mr. Logren.
Yes, the next three people are people we are asking to be adjunct teachers. They have other certifications, but with the change in the world history and the social studies curriculum, there have to be some additional courses taught this year. So they need to be certified in this, and they're unable to be emergency certified to teach the one course they're teaching. Therefore, we are asking for them to be named as an adjunct to be able to teach that one course during the day. They teach other courses they're certified for, but these are the next three candidates we're bringing forth for you.
And can you just, for all of us, walk us through what does it mean to be a certified adjunct teacher?
Yeah, to be a certified adjunct teacher means you have to have a teacher certification already in some area. Being adjunct certified just means that you are being able to teach in another area outside your main certification. A number of times we would get people emergency certified, but they've tightened down on the requirements for emergency certifications, and therefore it limits the number of times people can be emergency certified in different areas. Therefore, we're now having to go to the adjunct. We are one of the districts that these are our only adjunct teachers, but we do want them to be certified adjunct teachers. The law does allow us to have non-certified. You can have people without a college degree teaching, and at Union, we have been very against that so far. We're not looking to do that for our students. We don't feel that's the best for their educational future, so.
Okay.
Is there a motion for Mr. Charles Justice?
Move for approval.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
And chair votes yes as well. Thank you. Consider and take action to appoint David Gerard as certified adjunct teacher for job code 2913, Moving Image Arts Film 1 for the 2025-2026 school year. Mr. Logre.
This is the same situation. Mr. Gerard was our one adjunct last year to teach this section of fine arts. He needed this special certification to be able to do that for the high school. So he does have that again for 1 year. He is close to getting his regular certification, so we're hoping maybe by next year that'll be taken care of and we won't have to do this again.
Second.
Mr. Nguyen.
Yes.
Ms. McAdams.
Yes.
Ms. Romerman.
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well. Consider and take action to appoint Blake Andrews as a certified adjunct teacher for a section of world history for the 2025-2026 school year. Mr. Logre.
This is once again one of those, he will be teaching one section of world history and has other certifications, but is unable to get the emergency certification for world history. So we ask that you approve the adjunct for him.
Second.
Ms. Romerman.
Yes.
Ms. McAdams.
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen.
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well. Thank you. Consider and take action on insurance renewals for general liability, auto, and other specified coverages for the policy year beginning July 1st, 2025 from general and building funds, and authorize the Executive Director of Human Resources to sign any associated contracts and initiate payments under the contracts. Mr. Logan.
Thank you. We actually have Aaron Reinhardt and John Wingerter from Bank First here with us if you have additional questions, but we are very happy to report this year they have essentially a flat increase in our flat rate for our insurance. We're very excited. We actually have gotten our workers' comp insurance it's a slight increase there, so it puts us almost slightly under what we paid last year for our total insurance costs. It's less than 1%, but hey, it's not more, so that's always an exciting thing. Bank First has been a great partner working with us with all of our insurances, trying to find options for us, trying to make sure that our district is covered at the highest levels, and giving good recommendations of areas to avoid so that we don't have excess liability in the district should something happen when those storms come through. I don't know if you're like me, but when they start showing the path of the storm, I'm like, wait, just avoid our schools. Especially before we get these locked in. But it's my recommendation that we approve all of the insurance amounts this year, which we're very excited, which I know Dr. Williams is as well, that we weren't having an increase this year. There was a slight increase in property, but just based on the value of the property. But the other insurance costs went down, so that did keep our total cost essentially neutral compared to last year.
Questions, comments?
Second.
All right. Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
And chair votes yes as well. Thank you. Consider and take action on the service agreement with American Check, Inc. for background check services and authorize the board president, superintendent, and designee to execute the agreement. Mr. Logan.
American Check does our background checks for all of our new hires as well as our annual criminal background checks. They also coordinate all of our pre-employment and questionable drug testing if we have to take somebody during the year for possibly being under the influence. And we do that all through American Check. They have an amazing turnaround. We're very happy to have that background check because we get their background check usually within a day. So if we're offering to somebody and get their background check, we don't have to wait for the OSBI report that sometimes can take up to 2 months to get to us. And usually an employee started by then if something would show up there. We know ahead of time with American Check's background check and feel we can take care of our students and our staff much better and keep people from being here that shouldn't. So.
Move for approval.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Thank you. All right, school operations. Consider and take actions on the award of food, juices, dairy, produce, snacks, beverages, and paper bids for the 2025 to 2026 school year and associated blanket purchase orders for the same. Mrs. Powell.
President Reyes, Dr. Federline, members of the board. In addition to the purchase orders that were approved by you all in February, these purchase orders are for more food items moving into the next school year. So as you mentioned, fresh produce, bread, dairy, and then a variety of different foods that we purchase. In addition, paper goods, supplies. So tonight I ask that you consider approving a variety of different purchase orders in the aggregate amount of $4,305,000.
Second?
Mr. Nguyen? Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Thank you. Consider and take action on the purchase of Microsoft Office 365 licenses from Soft Choice Corporation in the total amount of $575,881.71 from bond funds. Mr. Borland.
Yes, good evening. This one's not so fun times. We'd come back to the board and say, we're correct. Last month when we asked for approval of this exact software, and we said we're not really confident in the pricing, but we asked numerous times. But once they got the PO, they're like, no, this isn't right. Like, thank you. So unfortunately, the price that we were excited about was not the price that we have to pay, and this is the new price from a new company.
Questions, comments?
Move for approval.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen? The chair votes yes as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Consider and take action on the renewal purchase of Incident IQ Facilities platform with IQ assets and IQ ticketing for a total purchase price of $127,844.11 from bond funds.
Yes, this is the software platform we use to track all of our assets, laptops, anything that we are managing is done through the IQ system. So when we check out laptops to kids, we know exactly who has which laptop and who hasn't returned a laptop. We also use this for our help desk system, so we can track work orders and reassign them to our techs, as well as operation. They use it for the facilities management piece.
Second?
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Consider and take action on the extension of contracted services agreement with American Waste Control, Inc. for waste control and recycling services in the amount of $148,000 from general funds. Mr. Bushyhead.
Good evening, President Reyes, Dr. Federline Board. This is a renewal of an agreement we started in July of 2021 with American Waste when we started to outsource our trash and recycling services. Same amount that we've brought every year. We try to keep that down as we go through the year, shutting down service when we don't have school. So we are anticipating taking on the cost of the ECEC this year. And this past year, we did exceed this amount, but we're going to work to try to keep it under that. Again, we have fewer schools doing summer school since the ESSER funds have gone away, and so we think we'll be able to stay within this amount. So ask for your approval.
Questions, comments?
Second.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman? Chair votes yes as well. Thank you. Consider and take action on the purchase of 2 special needs school buses from Holt Truck Centers in the amount of $336,392 from transportation bond funds. Mr. Bushyhead.
Yes, this is a little bit of a different purchase, and normally we go out for bid on our fleet. This is bond money that we set aside for this year, but there was an opportunity where a school district didn't fulfill their request for their order, and so a couple benefits to this. They are on state contracts. We're able to purchase them that way. The other thing is they are built and complete. With the anticipated increase in pricing, we feel like we're going to get as good of a price right now as we would waiting, and some of our buses, I'm going to look at Kurt and Rob on this, but our lead time on our buses has been over 13 months. So getting these now would be very helpful, especially as our numbers grow in the area that we have these needs. So I ask for your approval.
Second?
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Consider and take action to accept the bid for the job order contract JOC for multiple minor renovations and small capital improvement projects throughout the district and award the contract to BT Builders LLC with the initial funding cap request of $500,000 from various funds. Dr. Robinson.
And President Board, Dr. Federline, members of the board, this is our rebid of our JOC contract. The job order contract is a delivery method where basically we put out a solicitation that asks companies to bid on their overhead and profit to a fixed price amount for unit pricing for all manner of different future potential projects that we would have. It's based on something called the RS Means Guide. It's a big telephone book that sets the pricing for Tulsa, Oklahoma for all manner of different construction projects, from concrete to flooring to roofing to glue, any manner of different things. The actual construction price is set by that, and then the companies simply bid on what their overhead and profit will be on top of what those costs are. This is not an encumbrance right now. It's basically just approving the contract, and then when we have small jobs that we need around the district to kind of fill that gap between large bond projects that we would bid out in a sealed solicitation or repair internally with operations funds, this kind of bridges that gap for this small projects that we need around the district. And we ask for your approval.
Questions, comments?
Move for approval.
Second?
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
And chair votes yes as well. Thank you. Consider and take action to accept the bids for 6th and 7th grade center renovation and award the construction contracts to assign such construction contracts to Nabholz Construction Corporation with GMP Amendment Number 3 in the amount of $2,063,629.43 from bond funds. Dr. Robinson.
Yeah, this project is basically the next phase of the 6th and 7th grade center renovation. And for all intents and purposes, this is the temporary classroom phase. So this is the purchase of a modular classroom building and all of the associated site work and utility work that is required to set those on the property. So this is in anticipation for later phases that we'll seek approval for the actual interior remodel. So in order to accomplish that remodel, we've got to move kids out of the classroom section of the 6th and 7th grade center. So this involves the purchase of those classrooms to house those kids while we're doing the internal remodel.
And are we looking at that for this coming school year, or are we looking more next, like 26, 27?
We're hoping that they are delivered, set, and ready to receive kids by January of 2026.
Okay.
How many are we going to receive building-wise?
It's one building, but it's 8 sections or 8 trailers, so to speak. But then once they're on site, they're put together into one single building.
You'll still be in the front of the 6th and 7th
Correct.
grade? For
Correct.
security? Okay.
Move for approval.
Second.
Here we go.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Consider and take action on the annual blanket purchase order encumbrances that exceed $100,000 from general and building funds, and authorize the encumbrance clerk to adjust all utility and freight expenses as necessary, and adjust any non-blanket purchase orders up to 15% to cover overages and price variance when paying claims without prior approval of the board for the 2025 to 2026 fiscal year. Mr. Frenzel.
Good evening, President Reyes, Dr. Federline, members of the board. This is our annual list of over $100,000 blanket purchase orders that we get approved early before the next fiscal year so operations can continue. In addition, we do ask for an increase in any non-blanket POs up to 15% for variations such as just an increase in the price and with the way inflation's been, it's definitely been occurring. And then any price increases possible with utilities or freight charges. So I request your approval.
Questions, comments?
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman? Chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Consider and take action on a contract with RSM US LLP to perform an external financial audit of the 2024-2025 fiscal year at a fee not to exceed $102,000 for professional fees for audit services and an additional $7,500 per federal program from general funds. Dr. Williams.
Good evening, President Reyes and members of the board. As you all know, we are required under state law to enter into an engagement with a CPA firm to conduct the district's external audit each year by June 30th. This year, again, we are recommending that RSM continue in their work on our audit. They will perform a financial audit of our annual financial statements, as well as prepare the compliance report. The fee for the audit is $102,000 plus $7,500 for each federal program in excess of the one that is required as a major program under uniform guidance. I'd be glad to answer any questions for you.
Questions?
Move for
Comments?
approval.
Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Consider and take action on the purchase of the Kronos UKG Ready Software Support Agreement renewal from Kronos SAA SHR Inc. in the amount of $136,957.76 from bond funds. Dr. Williams.
Yes, sir. This is a 24-month renewal for our Kronos timekeeping system. The cost is $136,957.76. We've utilized this software for many years now. It handles not only our timekeeping for our assignments that require clocking in and out, but it also handles what we call our accruals, which are vacation time, sick time. All of those are managed through the Kronos system. Kronos interfaces with our Munis financial system in the payroll office, so it's been a good fit for our district for many years. Recommend approval.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well. Consider and take action on the 2024 to 2025 general building and child nutrition budget revisions. Dr. Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Reyes. As we do normally at this time of year, we bring our current year 2024-2025 operating budgets back to the board for approval, making necessary adjustments as we have experienced revenue and expenditure fluctuations throughout the year. On the board agenda item, there is a sheet with two yellow columns. The left-hand yellow column is the 24-25 proposed budget. I'll highlight a couple of changes that we've observed this year. Our ad valorem came in higher than expected, so we always try to budget, again, very conservatively for that. But at the end of the year, we can see that, those dollars have materialized a little over budget. Our interest earnings came in a little over budget, which is a good thing. We're pleased that those continue to be healthy. On the other addition there is the contingency in our state aid that we add back into the budget. So we didn't need all of that, so we added that $1 million back in. We also make a couple of adjustments to our federal programs revenue budgets, knowing that those claims are based on expenditures. So in areas where our expenditures have been a little bit slower, we can predict those claims far more accurately at this time of the year. In the building fund, We are bringing an increase on the revenue side of $1,582,227. That is due to interest earnings, primarily in our bond funds, that have picked up this year, higher than we expected. We are asking for no change on the expenditure side on the building fund, that would remain as is. And finally, the child nutrition budget reflects a few minor adjustments based on our revenue. Again, as we get to this point, mid-June, we can see pretty much how our revenue is going to come in, so we're pretty close. We make those adjustments likewise on the expenditure side. Again, we always set that child nutrition budget a little higher to allow for commodities and other things that we have to account for at the end of the year. In all cases, I will say that we approach revenue on a conservative basis, as well as, I guess I could say, expenditures too. Right now, our projected revenue in the general fund is about $154.5 million, so we are already projecting that we will exceed what we've budgeted in revenue. Likewise, we expect that we will be below on the expenditure amount.
Questions, comments?
Move for approval?
Second?
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Consider and take action on the 2025 to 2026 temporary operating budgets for the general, building, and child nutrition funds. Dr. Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Reyes. We bring to you this evening our initial 25-26, what we call our temporary operating budgets, so that we can start the year off with a solid financial plan. We don't have a lot of information on our state aid allocations, on our evaluation, all of those things that come a few months down the road, but we do use our best information that we have at the time. We do know that this year we had ESSER money, we had revenue and expenditures at the very end of that program coming in. Of course, in 25-26, those things will go away. So it looks like a decrease in federal money, but it's actually the planned conclusion of that program. Likewise, in the building fund, we base our 25-26 estimates on the little information that we have right now. Again, that's dependent on valuations, and we don't have that information quite yet. Likewise, in our child nutrition, we try to set a conservative budget, knowing that we will need to allow for a higher level of expenditures for a couple of reasons. In case we have unforeseen price increases, that we have sufficient money to make those purchases, but also to account for the various the commodities and things of that nature that we have to process as part of the child nutrition program. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Questions? Comments?
Move for approval?
Second.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
And Chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Consider and take action on the payment of a one-time 2024 to 2025 retention stipend for the work performed during 2024 to 2025 if funding allows on June 30th, 2025, to be paid on specified dates in July of 2025 to eligible employees as per the allocation plan, terms, and conditions discussed with the UCTA for all certified teachers, the USPA for eligible support employees, and as recommended by the superintendent for administrative, associate, exempt curriculum coordinator, personnel classes with funding from the 2024 to 2025 general, building, and/or child nutrition funds as deemed appropriate by the Chief Financial Officer based on available resources as of June 30th, 2025. Dr. Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Reyes. I'm very pleased to be able to recommend to the board tonight that we authorize a 5% retention stipend for the 24-25 fiscal year. This money is available due to the ongoing efforts by, I think, just about everyone you heard from tonight to conserve district resources, to spend our dollars wisely, and those efforts pay off over the course of the year. We are able to identify those funds and make this recommendation. We have negotiated these items with both unions, and as you mentioned, those the language that you have in the item is our practice that we've had in place for many years now, as far as hire dates and so forth. This is again a retention stipend, so we do require our employees to complete their 24-25 contract, and if they are returning or not retiring, certify to us that they are going to return to work in 25-26. We would like to pay this stipend on July 17th, 2025 by direct deposit. It's how we've done this actually since the COVID days, and it works much better. It's a far more efficient way for us to pay this stipend. So with that, I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Questions, comments?
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well.
Thank you so much.
All right, new business. Okay, opportunity for comments from audience and board members.
President Reyes, members of the board, audience members, I would be remiss if I did not mention this has been a tremendously difficult time frame for the Union Public School District over the last calendar year. We have tragically lost 5 students, with 3 of those over the last 6 weeks. I'd ask that you please join me in a quick moment of silence to remember these students. Thank you. This is a difficult time for our school community and an unimaginably difficult time for those students' families and loved ones. We keep them in our thoughts and prayers always. I do also want to recognize the work of the HOPE team, Scott Pennington, Jessica Hogaboom, and our administrators who recently completed a tremendous amount of work on our loss protocols. Administrators went through training for that. It's unfortunate that we have to use it so quickly afterwards. But it is helpful in times of crisis to know what we're doing, and so we appreciate them and appreciate you as administrators going through that. Thanks to all of you. I want everyone here to know, and anyone watching to know, that we do have resources available for students and for adults, even though it's summertime. They are on our website. There's some listed on the email that I sent, and if you are still in need of assistance, feel free to reach out to me personally, and we'll get you set with the right person. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Federline. Board, anyone? Okay, adjournment.
Move for approval.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. Romerman?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well. Thank you.